Okay. Yeah, we're live, I think. I don't think I have anyone here because I didn't tell anyone that I was doing it. But let me put it out on Discord that this is happening. Um, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. It's funny because it'll be in the pod. Maybe I can cut this whole thing out of the pod. Um, YouTube. Um, What's up, Sabra? Here, have a llama. Thank you very much. I'm trying to figure out how I can send this live to people. Ah, here we go. Very punctual post show. Share. Boom. Alright. Paste. And a message. Oh, damn, I just finished watching the episode. Hey, everyone. Hello to you, Nima. I will say, I don't. Oh, there's 10 people here now. Good. There was 0 people here when I started trying to send this message out. Live starts now. Sorry, I'm just putting this on my Discord, and then we will be vibing. Copy link. Paste. Send now. Nice. Should I go watch the episode before this? No. It's just a YouTube live. It's just hanging out. I just wanted to start making more YouTube lives, and this was a suggestion. We're gonna see if it's worth doing going forward. The idea is that I'll stream live around 11:30, usually, which is kind of what it is now, in that it is noon. But I will stream roughly at 11:30 on Fridays after the ReaX videos go up. Wish I could say, but it's important. Very late for me. Well, hey, that's okay. I respect and love you. Can we get an office tour? We can. Not. Well, I have a camera. So the camera's on a tripod and got a lot of things plugged into it. So I don't know if we can, but I can point to things, I guess. I mean, I feel like you guys could see. We got my wall of Gambits. This is almost every Gambit Funko ever made up there. Still not all of them because they make too many. X-Men comics, X-Men Hasbro figures I got to do an ad with that I never actually got to do the ad. They just sent me all the figures. All my big fancy books. Another big fancy book, Loki, because I worked on Loki. Invitation to the Hellfire Gala 2023. It's the one where everyone died. This is the one where everyone died. Wolverine, Captain America drawing, signed X-Men poster, Invitation to the Hellfire Gala 2022. That's the one everyone survived. Wonder Woman, Darkseid, Daredevil, Robin, Deadpool, Gambit, Spider-Man, Kraven's Last Hunt, Storm, X-Men 97, Colossus, Kraven's Last Hunt again. Comics. That's pretty much it. So if anything, the Guthrie should have fought for the Union. I mean, yes, but that would be ideal. They didn't. I just realized something. I was in the TikTok live and we were talking about Cannonball. You said the Guthries are tied to the Confederacy in the comics, but they wouldn't make any historical sense. Oh, so this is all the one thing. Because Kentucky was neutral in the war until they were invaded by the Confederacy and then they joined the Union. So they should have joined the Union. I mean, I think it was just supposed to be he was like the hick character, and so he was in the Confederacy. Did you read Absolute Evil? Because my poor boy, I did not, but I heard about it, and it's crazy. Last live stream, we talked about wanting to co at Thieves Guild series. Who would you want on it? I would have wanted Gambit. I would have wanted Boom Boom. I would have wanted Skids, Escapade. Basically, any character who's like Origin Storm, maybe if they let me have Storm, which they never would. But any character whose background basically was that they were a thief as a child. I feel like that should have been a guild. Favorite evolution character as of now? Toad. Love Toad. Here, hold on. It was so far away, but we got it. Toad. Look at him. Is this not the coolest thing you've ever seen? Look at all of his movements. It's so fun. Weirdly, his head is like wrong. Like they get it right in these ones. But like this one, he does not have that good of a chin. Other than Toad, what's your favorite design from the show? Probably Goth Rogue. I think Goth Rogue is such a movement. They've done so much with Goth Rogue. They changed her so drastically from the '90s show, which was like 2 years before this. I'm finally reading the original X Factor run. It's wild how little they had to change Boom Boom for Evolution. Yeah, no, she's like pretty well translated. Boom Boom is just a little agent of chaos who I thought she was a newer character. When I growing up, because of stuff like X Men Evolution, I think where she's like one of the kids, I thought she was like a kid and like a little one. I made a joke a long time ago on my TikTok, where I was like essentially presenting her as the new version of Gambit. She predated Gambit by like a decade. I've been watching the '90s X-Men and seeing Rogue with her Danvers powers versus Evolution, where she's basically Robin with the throwing stars, is a bizarre shift. The most interesting thing Evolution does with Rogue, outside of just like the general design, is definitely that they don't give her the Danvers powers. There was a thing, I think, because of the movies in the early 2000s, where we were moving away from her having her usual flying brick powers and focusing more on the power absorption as the primary power. And it does require her to be like a very different kind of character because she can't engage with most fights. And this is something that's come up a lot. Like, in fact, they gave her throwing stars at one point in the show. In one of the Danger Room exercises, she's throwing batarangs around because, like, what do you have her do? Touching people. I want to start reading comics. Are there any good Gambit comics to start out with? I would recommend either Gambit Volume 1 by Howard Mackie, 1991, or Gambit Volume 3 by Fabian Nicieza from 1999. She does rely on the flying brick thing a lot. I mean, in the same way that like Superman was on the flying brick. Like it's just, I don't think that that's like relying on it. They trick you. I love the entry in the background. Sorry. I love the entry in the background. It loves you. Oh my god, I pointed in the right direction this time. Yeah. What's the flying brick thing? A flying brick is a character who's like super strong, super durable, can fly. Basically, think like your stock superhero powers. The ones that you would like if you were like imagining a superhero in your head that was like a basic superhero. All the shit you would give them is a flying brick. It's essentially the Superman mold without the laser vision. That's like the only one that Superman's got. The usual, like obviously he's got freeze breath and like rebuild the Great Wall of China vision and shit. But like of his usual powers that everyone knows about, the heat vision's usually the only thing that isn't counted as part of the flying brick set. But Rogue has super strength, super durability. She can fly. She can all that shit. So like Superman without the laser eyes and freeze breath. Yes. Does Superman have hands, or does he just be thrown haymakers, no technique? I assume no technique. I don't think he's trained in martial arts. I love the show's take on Nightcrawler. I miss Catholic stuff a bit as a Catholic myself, but his personality is so fun. I would always prefer Nightcrawler to be less religious. I think he got super flanderized, and he's like a monk in most things, and that's crazy. In some comics, he's trained in Kryptonian martial insanity and means nothing, but I appreciate the shout. An underrated power, the rebuild, the Great Wall of China vision. That's a real thing. That's in one of the movies. I think Superman 3. How do you feel about Punchline? I don't know why, but she's like one of my favorite characters DC has come up with in ages. I've never actually read Punchline, but I think it's very funny that when Harley had to outgrow the Joker. What does flanderized mean? Flanderization is when a character, one trait about a character becomes so synonymous with the character that the character becomes more and more that thing. It actually comes from Ned Flanders in The Simpsons, who was originally like just a perfect neighbor, a very nice guy who lives next to. He's kind of like the joke Dinkelberg in Fairly Odd Parents. Like that's how Simpsons uses him, where they're just like fucking Ned Flanders. But because one of his things was he was religious, over time they kept leaning more and more into the religion, and now he's like a crazy Christian nut who is defined by his religion, and that's why it's called Flanders. but what you mostly see it with in television or movies was slanderized because he was originally like a normal guy who was a little dumb, and now he's like the biggest idiot on the planet. Joey from Friends is another famous example of like getting it. Kat from Victorious is another example. But yeah, I would say in terms of his religion, Nightcrawler was flanderized into being a monk in like 3 different adaptations for some reason. Well, he should always be like a fun little dude. Well, The Simpsons is relevant. I find it interesting they haven't done a Flanders family Carrie plot for Trios of Horror. I think they have done something similar to that. They've definitely messed around with Flanders and Trios of Horror a good bit. Do you play Marvel Rivals? Not so much anymore. I used to though. I think X-Men 97 had a good balance with Catholic stuff. I think that's as much Catholic stuff as you need. One of my favorite design upgrades is Firefly in the Batman 2004 animated series. That design rules. I've never seen it. Deadpool going from Mark to the Mark we know and tolerate. Yeah, Deadpool kind of got like wrapped up in like lol memes. Nikhil hates us. I don't hate you, Zap. I'll never hate you. I like the animated series that made him a monk from the start, but other stuff not so much. I do not like his depiction in the animated series. I was so happy that it changed and they made him not a monk in 97. Yo, my favorite guy. I've been binging the MCU 616 post you on YouTube. Thank you very much, man. Will you play Marvels when Gambit comes to the game? Yes, I will. I don't know if I'll stream it because I'm bad at video games, but I definitely think I will play at least a few. I definitely think I'll play at least a few games. I didn't watch Evolution until you did part 1 of your reaction series, and I've been to the whole thing. Also, I hope you do the 2012 Avengers Assemble series for your reaction. All superhero cartoons are on the table. We will see how many I get to. As you can tell from Evolution, they take a bit of time. We're like 2 months and we're like halfway through Evolution. What made you want to start posting more long form content? Genuinely, being scared of the TikTok ban. I, until very recently, did not identify as a creator. I identified as unemployed, and TikTok was how I got my money. And it wasn't a ton of money. It was like enough to pay half of the rent for my apartment. And so I needed that half though, so I literally got scared of the TikTok ban going through. I started making long form content on YouTube, and now I make enough that I'm like, okay, maybe I'm just a creator full time, but it's pretty nice. When you bring up Nightcrawlers, I don't ever think you're talking about the Jake Gyllenhaal movie. No, I don't think anyone in my audience goes straight to the Jake Gyllenhaal movie. Do you think you'll ever watch Wolverine the X-Men right after this one? Literally right after X-Men Evolution, we're doing Wolverine the X-Men. We're doing Wolverine the X-Men, and we're doing Teen Titans. And you can tell everyone you know that. Truly love the X-Men Evolution reactions from you, mate. Was my first and exposure to the X-Men in real time back in 2000, 2003 as a kid. It was mine too. There's a movie? Yes, there's a movie not about Nightcrawler. It's just also called Nightcrawler. It's about like a journalist or a photographer. I constantly tell my friends that if they want a good Doctor Strange movie, they should watch the 2007 animated movie instead of the MCU. I do not know what this is. There's an animated Doctor Strange movie? I know there's an old Doctor Strange movie from like the 1990s. Marvel Zombies thoughts? I loved Marvel Zombies. I think I was talking about this last time I went live here, but a big part of the reason I liked Marvel Zombies was I did not expect to be so engaged in the dynamics between these characters because we haven't seen them in a while. But I really, really was, and that took me by surprise, and it makes me more excited about things like Doomsday. Anime Doctor Strange movie is so good. Okay. What we got? Someone asked me a really interesting question. I missed it. Oh, someone asked him, will you react to X-Men 97 season 2 when it comes out to watch on your own? I will probably watch it on my own. I don't know if I'll get a reaction series after 97 season 2. Probably, really, just because I'm going to watch it with my fiance when they get home from work at night. And I don't want to have to like edit it and stuff. I just want to watch it and enjoy it. And I hopefully, fingers crossed, to get invited to that premiere. And then I'll watch the first 4 episodes there. But I will definitely make some sort of video of my thoughts this time around. I'll probably do a trailer breakdown. One of my like earliest YouTube videos on here is a trailer breakdown of the first season. At this pace, how long will it take you to finish X-Men Evo? Like a month and a half, I think. We have We have done 30 of 52 episodes as of now. Yes, that will be as of the finale. When the finale comes out of season 2, that will be 30 out of 52 episodes. So we're about a little over halfway done. But 22 episodes to go is 11 of my episodes, is 2 a week. So it's like 6 weeks. Congrats on your future marriage, by the way. My wife loved Evolution as a kid as well. Awesome. Then thank you. Wait, why did you drop the new reaction on Patreon at the same time? You were cutting into your own time. So here's the thing. Patreon's very annoying. Patreon, watch the new one on Patreon. But Patreon's very annoying because I'll upload it and then it'll be like, we're processing, but we'll post as soon as we're done processing. So it started processing it like 2 hours ago, and I guess now it's up, which is great. I had hoped it would go up at the same time as the YouTube video, but whatever. Will there be a break after season 2 like season 1? Yes, but a shorter one. Last time I took off like a whole week, so like a Monday and a Friday slot. I think this time I'm going to try and take off only one day. But I do need that so I can like catch up. It's so funny. I randomly started watching X-Men Evo, and like a week after you started uploading reaction videos to it. Well, so that is, I was stalking you, and then I saw you watch it, and I was like, you know what? That seems like a fun show. And so I decided I was going to watch it too. As I'm reading Green Lantern Corp right now, who's your favorite Lantern? Of the Greens? Probably John. I'm so glad I found someone else who finds it super weird that the movies made William Stryker a general instead of a cyborg priest. I don't need him to be a cyborg. In fact, I also hate that. The cyborg is like also because of the movies. They're like, oh, we got to bring Stryker back, but he was just a preacher guy, so we'll make him a cyborg. This is something Marvel does a lot, or the X-Men franchise does a lot, is like their human baddies eventually become the robot baddies. I think these should just stay human baddies. But yes, I'm mad that he's a general. I'm also independently mad that he's a cyborg. He's such a fantastic character in God Loves Man Kills. I do not know why they would do this. Oh, by the way, one comic recommendation that is underrated as fuck and I want everyone to read is Super God by Warren Ellis. Never even heard of it, so I'll check it out. X-Men need more mutate villains. They're fine. Thoughts on Ultimate X-Men incarnation of characters, the new Ultimate, just waiting for Mag and Xavier. I'm behind on the current Ultimate universe, but from what I've read of Ultimate X-Men, I'm really liking it. Their version of Shadow King was fantastic. At what point do you stop being human and are a cyborg / robot? When you start getting robot parts in you. And I think that's different than like prosthetics, because robots are robots, you know? Like, you know what a robot is in sci-fi. When you have a robot arm that can turn into a plasma laser, you're a cyborg. Ba-ba-doo-ba-doo. After you finish the show, you should check out some of the concept art for season 5. Emma Frost, I think Mr. Sinister, and more. That's interesting. I've heard from my comments that you guys have notified me there is no Phoenix, which makes me so sad. Also, I gotta say, I don't think I've seen this whole show. I thought there was one season of X-Men Evolution. There's 4. Now, I've definitely seen Laura, and I've definitely seen Boom Boom. So I've seen through some of these seasons, but I don't know if I've seen all these episodes. Because I was born, fun fact, I was born the year X-Men Evolution came out, which means I watched everything in syndication. I also thought that Wolverine and the X-Men was the same show. And that I was like seeing them out of order, you know? And I was like, I guess later in the series, things really go to shit. Xavier dies. That's crazy. It took me until I was a little bit older rewatching them on Netflix to be like, oh, no, these are 2 different shows. Have you seen any Evolution episode of Wanda? On the Patreon, I think just posted, is my reaction to Wanda coming in. Crap, you are young. See, the thing is, I'm 25. The show's just really old. Wolverine the X-Men is great. Love to see it. I cannot wait to watch that one. I'm very excited for that. What TV show are you planning on reacting to after X-Men Evolution? Wolverine and the X-Men and Teen Titans. And tell everyone you know that. It's crazy the show is the one that thought of Laura. It's so weird that wasn't a thing already. To be fair, it's like Dawkins was. You know, like they had a surprise son, child of Wolverine. Uh, that's a trope that they've gone to the well of before. I think the daughter and the clone of it all was a unique twist. Where are you watching X-Men Evolution, by the way? Can't find streaming anywhere where I am, and the DVDs are super expensive. I am using a site called Internet Archive, but don't get it like shut down or something because I need it. Dagon is post Laura? Shows what the fuck I know. Never mind. Wait, when did Dagon first premiere? When? I thought he was from the 90s. Origin was 2007. You're right. My bad. I guess it is crazy. Why didn't we think of Wolverine having children? I'm so mad they whitewashed X-23. Me too. What happened? I have her too. This is a brown woman. You know? And then in the movie, she's brown too. So why is she white in the comics? Oh, Yapper Nerd, you were born in 2007? That actually hurt my soul. What actually hurts my soul most is that means you're like 18, right? Or 19? I don't like that at all. Now Logan has so many kids he can't keep track. Truly, he killed a bunch of them. Laura will forever be Latina in my heart. She should be. Do you ship Laura X-23 and Ben Reilly the Scarlet Spider? Because that's like the cutest couple the fandom has ever come up with. No. No, I do not. That's terrible. No offense. I like, to each their own. But that sounds abysmal to me. Also, like the age there is bad. I think the more natural, like Ben Reilly couple to do, if you want to go for the whole clone bit, is Madeline Pryor. And they do have like a thing, in Dark Web and stuff. I think that's a much more rational take than Ben and Laura. Ben and Laura, I'd call the cops. I was born in 2009. So that actually was not an invitation for everyone to make me feel old by telling me how old they were. I really think Madeline should be a lesbian, but that's just me. I would push back just because I feel like her whole thing is sexually manipulating men. Like, I think you just as much cheapen Cyclops leaving her if she turns out to be a lesbian. I think bi at the most. But also, a woman can be slightly evil and still straight. Let's allow a straight woman to be a little crazy. Do you want the orange evolution suit in the Wolverine game? I don't know what suits I want in the Wolverine game. I'm a bad nerd when it comes to this because I don't think about shit like that. But I love everyone they put in. I really would like. I would love. Fucking me. What the fuck am I thinking? I don't know. I was thinking of one, but I forgot it. Oh, Patch. I would love a Patch skin, and I'm so sure they're gonna have one because it's so easy to do. Diamond Patch would also be fun. That's him mixed with Emma Frost. That could be very cute. Ideally, we have all the Wolverine suits, and we just don't pay for 60 of them. That's what I would like. I don't think I paid for any suits in Insomniac 2. Was that a thing? Or Spider-Man 2? Did you read the new X-Men Revelation stuff? I have not read Age of Revelation. I should do that. Let's allow straight women to go a little crazy. Nikhil Clayton. Well, that's what I said. And I said it too. I would love if they had the first appearance of Hulk, weird-looking mask Wolverine in the game. I'm sure they will. They will have. Here's like guaranteed, I think. We'll have whatever Wolverines from this game, which is probably like the flannel thing that's in the trailer. We will have street clothes Wolverine in the white tank top and maybe a jacket. We will have brown suit Wolverine, yellow suit Wolverine, first appearance Wolverine, probably cell shaded, I would assume. Weapon X with the weird helmet on, and Patch. I think those are guaranteed to be in the show or to be in the game. Everything after that, I think it's a little silly. I'd like some sillier ones. Like Spider-Man 2 had like the costume that looked like Kraven for Spider-Man, and then the costume that looked like Wolverine. That was fun. Give Wolverine like a vaguely Spider-Man costume, you know? Give him his Fantastic Four costume. That would be really funny. What else has he done that's got a funny ass costume? He's Phoenix for like a hot second. Phoenix Fiend could be fun. X Force is no, there'll be an X Force 100%. The gray suit. And we will definitely get the X-Men. We'll get the black leather from the X-Men movies. We'll probably get Deadpool and Wolverine. Oh, I didn't realize Hulk versus Wolverine was in the same universe as Wolverine and the X-Men. That's very interesting. I do intend to react to the Hulk versus movies on my Patreon. I've been hoping to react to Generation X, but that was supposed to be 2 months ago, and I'm still reading Generation X. So I hope Quicksilver and Wolverine appears. I always like that one. They might do it, but I feel like it's just gonna be brown suit. You know, let's say I feel like brown and yellow suit cover most of your bases. Like you could do the animated series as well, but that's basically just the yellow suit. I think they will let most of the costumes on the Dust of Autumn cover with all of his costumes. I don't know about that. I haven't seen his cover actually. How many different costumes are there? Wolverine costumes cover Dodderman. His Gambit is very fun to me. All right, let's see what we got here. Yeah. All right, we got yellow. You guys can't see this, but I can see it, and that's what matters. Oh, we might get the Team X one as well in the yellow tactical gear. I could see that. He didn't even put the Fantastic Four on. Oh, and the AOA one with the tattoos. That's probably also good. Let me see if I can stream my screen here. Share. You tell me if you can see this. I can't see you anymore, but now we're just going to be chatting. I think this one definitely going to be in it. This one definitely in it. This one in it. Maybe. If you guys can't see this, I wouldn't know because I can't see you anymore. But we're just going to have this be the live for a second. Patch, definitely. Brown suit, definitely. This one, definitely. No. That's the yellow suit again. Yeah. And that's the first appearance. That one will happen. Let's see if you guys saw any of that. Whether neither of us could see. Well, that's what I thought. I was curious because I thought there was definitely a way that I was supposed to be able to see you guys at the same time, but it just took over the whole screen, and it was like you are now sharing, and I was like, all right, we're gonna trust it. This is good content though. You're welcome. I hope I'm back now. There's a little bit of a chat delay, but I'm hoping we're back here. This is why the YouTube video VODs are going to be hidden on my channel. You can find it if you'd like, but we're really just vibing with it. I will learn how to do these for real. I promise eventually. That is on my list of things to do with my life. Is I will learn how to actually go live on YouTube so that we can do things like that more easily. But I cannot help the little button didn't work. Oh, you know what? Actually, guys, we're gonna go back to the void for a second because I wonder if I had to click an extra button. Wait. Also show tab audio. Wait. Oh, it's because my system settings are bad. Open system settings. Hold on. If I flip that and I give my thumbprint. Oh, fuck, I have to quit and reopen. Well, next time, gang. Spectacular Hulk versus Wolverine and X-Men and Earth's Mightiest are all set in the universe. Really? That's insane. Was it Wolverine and the X-Men like post-apocalyptic? That's like after all the X-Men die and shit, right? If you figure out we can play some connections again. Oh, that would be fun. Man, maybe we can do that next week. We'll do some Marvel connections. Doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. 22 minutes behind. What exactly can and can't Rogue absorb from? Rogue can absorb basically any. I guess I'll see you. We probably won't still be going in 22 minutes, but I hope you'll see this and be satisfied. Rogue for a while could not absorb a lot of things. It was basically if someone was too powerful or had too strong of a mind, it didn't work, which was a writing way to say we can't let her solve all of the problems. Like she tries it on Sinister, it doesn't work. She tries it on a bunch of people. Shadow King, I think also it doesn't work. Leech, she like cancels out with. These days, I feel like she's got a better ability at it. Oh, Wolverine the X-Men Xavier gets sent to a post-apocalyptic future, and the rest of the X-Men are in the present trying to prevent it. Right. That's because he's walking around where all the graves are. Right. There are ads during the lives now. There are. This is a fun fact about YouTube that I've learned since trying to do this twice now, is that you have 3 settings for ads. You can do either relaxed, balanced, or aggressive. And relaxed means you put out the least amount of ads on a live possible and you make the least amount of money. Balanced is allegedly normal. And aggressive is if you want more ads, so you make more money. You can choose to put in an increased amount of ads so that you can generate revenue. That's so fucked to me. Like that's such a stupid thing to do. If you're like, I'm gonna go live and I'm gonna get all these people to watch additional ads. Crazy. This is balanced, by the way. It also causes issues. She tries to possess someone who's possessed because then she'll absorb the possession. Oh, that's very interesting. It's much worse on Twitch since you can set minutes or hours of ad time. I think you can do that here too. There is another button that's like set custom. I just never clicked it. It seems very funny to me to be like, pick how many ads. There's like 10. Play 10 ads, please. The first season of Evolution, they weren't allowed to do relationships and serialized plots. After the success, they had more freedom. That's interesting. Because the first season, it definitely seems like they're setting up relationships and they just don't do them until the second season. Like Scott and Jean and Duncan, Jean and Duncan, Scott and Rogue, and Kitty and Lance are all like implied in the first 2 episodes and then never touched on again until season 2. So that actually explains a lot. I have my own mutant OC that turns stuff into gold and can manipulate said gold. Also, we can't be magnetized because fuck Magneto. And pure gold can't be magnetized according to Google. Fascinating. YouTube Premium also has a feature that lets you skip sponsored segments, which feels scummy since the creator didn't get an additional compensation for that. I mean, it is what it is. I got YouTube Premium last night and canceled it last night because I thought it let you actually download videos, and I need to for my videos, but it does not. It downloads to like in the YouTube app. It's useless to me. They got a little freedom and made Rogue date her mom. Well, they made her mom want to date Rogue. I gotta say, I'm stealing y'all's joke. Anyone who was in that premiere that was like saying like, "Oh, she's only got the one move," that's hilarious, and I should have said that in the video, but I didn't. So I'm going to caption the short that. Except I think I already didn't, but I should have because it's so funny. For the longest time, I thought that Wolverine and the X-Men was a sequel series, X-Men Evolution. I still have no idea why. I thought they were the same show. And there is nothing to imply they're connected. It's just they're both cartoons that came out around the same time. Why in Evolution is Storm so underrated? She's the most powerful X-Men, and she's not just in the show well. She allegedly is. I honestly think it's the 2 leader problem. I think it happens to Mystique as well often, is that these characters, because comics are a linear timeline, people don't think like this. People think it's like you have a comic and then you have another comic that's like in a different continuity. That's not true. The X-Men run in a single line of cause and effect from 1963 to right now. And because of that, you have things like Cyclops leaves the team, Storm takes over, Magneto becomes a baby, Mystique forms her own brotherhood, not even associated with his. She just makes her own and steals his name while he's a baby. But because when we're adapting it, everyone's like, just grab bits and pieces from everything. You have characters that are just like, using that would fulfill the same role. So one of them gets pushed to the sideline, and it's usually the woman. So now you have Cyclops as the leader. So what's Storm gonna be? She's just like kind of around as a helper. Mystique is can't be the leader. Magneto's the leader. So what's she gonna be? She's like a stooge for him and an underling. Mystique has never been Magneto's underling ever. She never even really met the man until after the movies. And but that's just like how it has to be because we're pulling from random moments. That's why number one thing I'd want in any adaptation of the X-Men ever is a team from the comics. Just any team. You can pick what era you want to do, but grab a real team. Um, do 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 do. What do we got here? I'm surprised Emma is not in Evolution. A stuck-up popular girl would have wrote herself in high school format. LOL. To be fair, Emma doesn't really hit her stride until the same time that Evolution's coming out, because that's when Morrison takes her and makes her like a full hero. She was already with like Generation X and stuff, but like she's a full. That's like when they introduced the Scott, Jean, Emma love triangle, and everything is all in like 2001 ish. And I think had that had already been a thing when Evolution came out, they would have had Emma filling Terran's role instead of just a random woman. Hey Nikhil, you know Star Superhero? I do. And actually, fuck, I forgot to text him. I gotta text him. Because it was his birthday yesterday. Nikhil, I just got on the stream. What is it about? It's about nothing. It's just talking, it's just chatting, it's just engaging with this YouTube audience. We're gonna start having them be about things next week, hopefully. I'll figure that out by then. I still want to know what the explanation is for why they all live at the Xavier mansion but still go to high school. I was talking about this earlier. It's like this was like a thing in the comics too. Like Xavier's didn't used to be a real school until the movies made it a real school. But I do wonder what the people in this universe think Xavier's Institute is. We already have a love pentagram. How big can we make Scott's love life? Put him with everyone. Get a him dating kitty. You know, why not? Just got here. What is the stream about? I just answered this. Doggone comics. What's your favorite comic book only X-Men character? Mine's Danger, the living traumatized Danger Room. It's so hard to tell who's actually never been in a movie. Sinister's never been, I'm pretty sure. Shadow King has, which is crazy. Leech, all of the Starjammers. I don't think any Starjammers ever made it into the media, except for Raza. Actually, Raza's in Iron Man 1, which is just patently absurd. And what's really funny is that it's supposed to be Raza because in Iron Man, it's not like they just took his name or anything. I would show my screen right now, but I can't because we already learned that takes us to the void. But Raza, look up Raza Longknife if you want to know. He's a member of the Starjammers, and half of his face is covered in like a metal mask, I assume is what it is. It's like a cyborg bit. But in Iron Man 1, he's like the guy who takes Tony captive. And then Tony burns half of his face. And then there's a scene in the movie where he holds that like found piece of an Iron Man helmet, half of it that perfectly aligns up to his own face. Because he's supposed to be Raza. It's absurd. I don't even know how they were allowed to do that legally. But yeah. That's the one Starjammer that's been in the movie. Sinister was like vaguely referenced, wasn't he? He is vaguely referenced at the end of one movie, I think Days of Future Past, and then a lot in New Mutants, and then never actually shows up. I'm still so sad they messed up the New Mutants movie. I was hyped for a long time. I liked it more than most people, I gotta be honest. I just don't think it's like good, but like I liked it. Technically, the creepy villain in Deadpool 2 was called Nathaniel Essex. Was he? That can't be true. I'm sorry, I gotta Google that. There's no way that's true. Deadpool 2, Nathaniel Essex. You guys are still not going to see it, but just know that's happening. Deadpool 2, Nathaniel Essex. That's insane if true. No, it's not. Okay. I knew that could not be the case. There is no character named Nathaniel Essex in the cast of Deadpool 2. It is a theory that the orphanage that they're working at uh, is run by Sinister, but I don't think they ever say the man's name is Nathaniel Essex. It was the Essex House of Mutant Children. That's probably what it is. Damn, I saw I heard it around and then spread it. It's okay. It's okay. Well, because the thing is, like, if they had said that that guy's name was Nathaniel Essex, then that would be an adaptation of Sinister. You know, it would just be a really weird one. What X-Men team would you want in the MCU movie? The Outback team. He was in Logan. I don't think he was, guys. Donald Pierce is in Logan. New Orleans man here waiting to show for the show to get to Gambit. I can't wait for the show to get to Gambit. I don't remember what episode, and please don't tell me. But I'm hype as fuck for Gambit to show up. He was referenced in Logan. Yes, we've already covered they reference him. My point is he's never been in a movie, and I stand by that. If you could make a game based off of a superhero property, what would it be like? The X-Men. Insomniac X-Men, I think, is going to be perfect for me. Just stopping by. Congrats on 1 mil again. Did not hit a mil, hit 100K, but thank you. We'll get to a mil one day. In the show, I think Nightcrawler is kind of underrated. I think he's like one of the more popular characters. Are you aware your shirt says "Eat Ace" when you sit just right, and that makes me giggle like a childish schoolgirl? I was not, but you know what? Eat Ace. I don't know how to actually make that fully. There you go. Eat Ace. All right, it is 12:30. I've got to film the finale of my reaction series because it has to go up on Patreon on Monday. So I'm gonna go do that now. I love you all, and thank you for coming for this live. This was a pretty successful live. 103 people, 45 minutes because I came late. But you know what? I think it's pretty good. I'm gonna try and do these on Fridays from now on. So we'll see. Adios.